My name is Olga Alexandrova. I'm account manager in Bentley Systems. I'm responsible for driving digital cities initiatives in the UK and Ireland. In Bentley, we are a global provider of software, engineering software. So we support the world's infrastructure from the design, construction, and then operation stages. Um, Today, we will talk about the urban development and citizens' engagement in construction projects. So we will look at this workflow based on several exciting projects that we have realized with Helsinki, Dublin, and Gothenburg. Um, the efficient project delivery is a very discussed topic. And we also heard today's presentation. So it's very important to improve efficiency of the project team and collaboration between different contractors, subcontractors, customer. There are many advanced technologies to support this. What we often forget about is another important stakeholder in any project, which are citizens. At the same time, public consultation process is important, takes much time, and can make an impact of the project success overall. And you maybe have heard there are many examples when major projects have been delayed because of the disputes with residents. And delayed projects cost cities in the lack of tax income, and for the contractors, they get hit with additional costs. There could be many reasons why this could happen, like misunderstanding, poor engagement, late engagement, and many others. To minimize the risks of project delays caused by these reasons, we could address the process on the slide, streamline it, starting from efficient urban planning, publishing the project for the consultation, and conducting a productive dialogue with residents digitally. And then use it as a promotion for the investors, attracting them, and so on. So let's start from the enhancing urban planning. Planning departments use multiple sources of data and multiple different platforms. The information they receive from contractors could be absolutely different in many file formats. So just an example, the information about the survey and data could come as a point cloud, reality mesh, CAD files. About the environmental situation, it could be like a PDF report. And they also need to understand what's happening with transportation, with social care, and so on. So the planners spend much time on combining this information, bringing it all together, because they need to see a bigger picture. They need to understand what's happening. And they also need to have a possibility to do some modeling, 3D modeling in a few clicks, analyze the impact of the project, visualize results of simulations like shadow analysis, wind analysis, solar, landscape views, a lot of multiple tasks that planners do, and they choose the best option in the project to go with. So they use, in this case, the one platform. Let's have a look at one of the examples. Very exciting project in Helsinki, and they were winners in our Year in Infrastructure Awards this year in Bentley. The goals of Kalasatama Project were to reach carbon neutrality goals in the city, as well as deliver new digital services in the city. And open data became a starting point for almost every project in Helsinki. So they spent do it proactively to collect the right data and bring it in one place. So they work on the digital twin project. So they decided that digital twin is the right way to go, where they use OpenCities Planner to showcase 3D model of Helsinki. They edit information about the projects across the area, so they would have a one point of truth and like visually find the right information. So they created a very accurate reality model of the city area, combine it with the 3D models of the buildings that have not yet been built. Added information also about the results of analysis in the one platform to better understand how the project will make an impact. So cities models show new solutions, showing alternatives to the people, and in that way build an understanding of different possibilities of choices, what to do in the city. And this is very democratic way to get common understanding of the solutions and choices city can make. People take their part in developing the ideas, developing the city. And when citizens are engaged from the beginning, you already have their buy-in in the project, and it's less risks of getting delays. They also in Helsinki find useful to show on the mobile device from some spots in the area how the future buildings will look, what will be their height, or what are the construction timelines. And anyone can see that information. And this is just the first stage in the project. They continue to develop it. Want to have this platform to be more connected, even more visual, and have a holistic view. On the later stages, they will connect transportation systems and housing, stock information, and environmental, and maybe some other things that will come up later. Of course, COVID-19 made a big impact on the public consultation process. We no longer can bring many people in the room and ask their feedback about the project and get their approval, right? So we need to conduct these consultations virtually. In this case, it is important to deliver the message in an easy to understand way. Citizens, not everyone has an engineering degree, and not everyone can read drawings and CAD files. What we find often on the websites of different councils when they conduct the public consultation, they just list all the PDFs and drawings, like a bunch of documents. It's very hard to read, and maybe some few nice pictures, but still it is hard to understand for the average citizen to see what the project will, what influence they will have from that, what impact they will get. So it is important to deliver this message and explain projects in very easy to understand way, better in visual and better in 3D. So let's have a look at another project that we have done. This is Gothenburg city in Sweden, just to set up a scene so you would understand how important for them it is. Gothenburg is the second largest city in Stockholm. They have about 1 million residents, and they have very ambitious plans to grow. So they plan to accommodate 150,000 new residents and 80,000 new homes and offices by the year of 2035. So clear communication and involving citizens early in the planning stages are crucial components for this project to avoid misunderstanding and formal complaints that could delay urban planning. So Gothenburg realized this quite early in the process and moved the public consultations in a digital format and engaged residents in planning process. A complete 3D model of the metropolitan area in Gothenburg was created in context capture. So they use OpenCities Planner as the planning visualization canvas. And the tool serves as a simulation and dialogue platform for online, mobile, and showrooms, spreading 3D project visualization to both the residents and the project stakeholders, as I mentioned in the beginning. So in this way, we bring all of the parties on the same page, and we have all three parties aligned. So we have citizens, we have local authority, we have contractors with their ecosystem, all tied together and on the same page. So as a result, Gothenburg was listed as the second place in the global ranking of smart cities in 2019 by the Future Today Institute. And there were three criteria to choose the smart cities: sustainability, long-term urban planning, and accessible government data, open to all. And basically they meet all of these requirements. The platform that Gothenburg use is open. You can even go and play with it yourself, walk around the city, see what projects are happening in the area. You can drop me a note after the event and I will send you the link if you want to see it. So the strong and clear online presence broadens the conversations to new demographics as well. So what they found very useful is that younger people are getting involved, and they feel that their voices are heard. So they get engaged. The audience from 18 years old to 78 years old, which is quite impressive, and this completely different result compared to the traditional methods. Some projects, such as Vaslanken, a tunnel project in central Gothenburg, are getting thousands and thousands of views and visitors. For example, from when the project was published, they had more than 10,000 views, unique views per day, and which is very impressive. And people have vibrant and really live discussion and brainstorm the ideas. So this is not only when we publish the project that we want to have, but also citizens go to the portal and they add their ideas. So in this area, I want to make this change, and they vote for each other's ideas. And in this case, they also feel, of course, that council see what they want and try to help them. Let's have a look at another project. This is Dublin. Through its smart city program, Dublin City Council is leading a very interesting pilot project. They want to enhance the planning through the 3D modeling and citizens engagement on the city scale. So they plan to create a more accessible consultation process and reduce barriers inhibiting participation, such as cost, time, and technical knowledge. Ideally, it will increase public participation in the planning process and allowing Dublin to have more ideas and be more like reflective of the community's values, because it's like real time and they get the feeling on what citizens like think about the situation in real time. For Dublin, this is just the beginning. So they have plans to explore the digital twin and the full range of different processes. For example, they do have in plans preparing and responding to different shocks, mitigating continuous stressors such as easing congestion, reducing air pollution, or achieving carbon neutrality. In Dublin, they also plan to use the digital twin for emergency response planning, event planning, and the emergency response is very interesting use case because you actually in a visual context can do many things and get the same information that everyone has. In 2021, Dublin is hosting the Euro 2021 event, football games, and of course, they will use the digital twin for that as well. In combination with the sensors data that city plan to use, OpenCities Planner will be like a dashboard for many aspects of the city's daily operation. So yeah, big goals, interesting project, and good results so far.
Fascinating project.
Yeah, by now you maybe have a question like how can I get started? Because not every city has accurate 3D models. So there are several options. One of them is to use prepared 3D content from data providers. like Blue Sky, we worked with them, and for example, they have created this 3D model for central London area. Another option is to use data what you already have, like maps. We can connect it to OpenCities Planner, and you can start building your project straight there and publish it. Very straightforward. No need to wait for anything. And to conclude, the described workflow of planning and public consultation helps cities to increase efficiency, prevent the project delays, but more importantly, achieve bigger goals of creating a better place for living and better life for citizens. And this is all from my side. Keep in touch. Here's my details, and we will have a quick Q&A session a little later.